Well, we've officially crossed over into the last week of turkey season here in Indiana. As you can probably tell, the weather is not the greatest. It's wet. It's absolutely poured all morning this morning, but it's lightened up quite a bit here in the last 30 minutes. It's supposed to move out of here in the next hour or so. I'm on a whole different stretch than what I've been hunting. I've never even been in here before, but found a few spots on the map that I want to check out this week that I've never been to before. Hey, it's late season. If you've turkey hunted for any amount of time, you know the late season can have some of the best turkey hunting of the entire season. It can be tough. It can be tough. But it can also turn around in 30 seconds. If you've had a rough season, it can all change in a matter of minutes. Just gotta be out there. Rain or shine, you gotta be out there. Alright, there's the pond we've been looking for. There's a field over here, and then there's a field over there. Gonna get set up in between the two fields. Boy, it's pretty up in here. Okay. I'm in between these fields, and there's a turkey goblin. I think. I can't tell exactly where he is, but he's not far. He's gobbling good now. I think I'm gonna get up in that tree right there. It's almost 10 o'clock. I think I'm going to make a move. I'm going to go back this way just a little bit where it's a little bit more open. I can see down here to my right pretty well, but I can't see anything to the left. I think I need to kind of adjust my position a little bit. He's quieted down quite a bit, so he may have a couple hens out there with him, but those hens probably leave him here before too long. He'll crank back up, hopefully. I'm going to kind of slip around here in this timber and see if I can't find a better spot, because there's way too much trash right here to the left of me. I can't see anything over here. Alright, I think I'm ready to make a move. I'm gonna go past this pond. I'm set up right on the edge of this pond right here, right now. But I'm gonna go further north, and I'm gonna get set up right where these two fields kind of connect. And then there's a small little strip of timber that separates the two fields. But the fields are private, but the side of the timber that I'm on is all public. So I'm gonna get about 50, 60 yards from where those two fields intersect. I know there's turkeys in this field right here to my right. I haven't heard anything in this other field, but I'm going to get close to both fields. Kind of like a little pinch point. Maybe they'll drift from one field to the other, and I'll be able to catch them. But I do know there is a longbeard in this field here. He gobbled pretty good there for a little bit, but he shut up. There's a good chance he's still out in that field. Last time I heard him, he had gone out into it a little further. Alright, I just got moved. I'm in a better spot here. I can see a lot better. Actually sitting right under a tree stand. But I can see this field much better now. Just gonna set up here and do some soft calling every little while. Them old bullfrogs are going crazy back there. This feels good. I like this. We'll see what happens here. Gosh, man. It happened so fast. Hang on a second, sorry. It all happened so freaking fast. I couldn't record it. But I snuck up on a longbeard. He was out in that field. I had to lay down on the ground so that he wouldn't see me. And I tried calling him right into the wood line. If he'd have stepped into the wood line, I could have killed him. But he just stayed in that field. I could have raised up and just shot him. But he was in that field, and I mean, that's private. I mean, dang, man. I keep hearing another bird gobbling back this way, though. But I think he's on private, too. I just heard him again. Actually, he might be on public. I'm gonna go on up a little ways. See if we can get a better pin on this bird. He's gobbling a lot. It's almost 12 o'clock. Alright. So that turkey that was gobbling, he's on private, and he's well on private. I kind of thought for a second maybe he was pretty close to public, but he's actually a ridge over. He's further than what I thought. I thought he was closer because of all the foliage in the woods. Sometimes you hear a bird gobble and he sounds far away, but a lot of times he's closer than what you think. But in this case, he's a good ways off. But anyway, so a little while ago, I figured I would get low and kind of sneak up toward that field just to see if I can get a good line of sight in that field to see if there was anything out there. Well, I got about 30 yards from the edge of the field, and I was in the woods. I'm on public, on the public side, and I just happened to stick my head up a little bit. There's a freaking longbeard standing there, probably 20 yards into the field, maybe 25. So he was around 50 yards from me, and I saw him, and I immediately hit the ground, laid down, had my mouth call in already. I eased my gun up, and I'm laying down. Well, my camera was about 10 feet behind me, so I couldn't record it. But I soft called to him, I purred to him, I clucked to him, I whined to him. He never gobbled, never made a sound. I saw him stick his head up a couple times, but I really needed him to come into the woods with me, because the way that property line runs, if you're in the woods, you're on public. If you're in the field, you're on private. And that turkey was in the field anywhere from 15 to 25 yards in the field. I could have just popped up, and I had between a 45 and 55 yard shot, and I could have just popped up and shot him in that field. And I'm not gonna lie, it really crossed my mind, because this has been a tough season, and I'm really wanting to kill a bird this year. So I put a lot of time and money and effort into this season, but I didn't do it. You know, it's one of those things where right's right and wrong's wrong. And yeah, I'd have killed that bird I'd have got my turkey for the year. But it's just one of those things where I just didn't feel right about it, you know. And I saw a ground blind on the other tree, on the other side of the field on the tree line. So somebody's hunting that over there. So that was hard to walk away from. I kept soft calling to him, just come on, man, just come in the woods. And he never popped strut, he never gobbled, nothing. He just kind of kept feeding along, and he just kept on going out into the field. He never saw me, never spooked. Last time I saw him, he was about 100 yards out into the field. And I backed out. I know I made the right decision, but God, that hurt. That kind of hurt to walk away from there. Because that would have been a dead bird. But it's just now Monday. I've got till Sunday. It'll happen. I've got faith that it'll happen. Sometimes doing the right thing, it don't always feel good. Sometimes doing the right thing sucks. But I know I made the right call and did the right thing by not shooting that turkey. A lot of guys out there would have. Many years ago, I probably would have, to tell you the truth. But I think I'm going to come back in here in the morning, try it again. Still got a couple hours where I can hunt. I got to go get my little girl later this afternoon. I've got her tonight, and then I got to take her to school in the morning around 8 o'clock, and then I'm going to head back out and hunt all day tomorrow, I think, weather permitting. But shoot, man, that sucks, guys. That flippin' sucked. I hated to walk away from that. For about 10 minutes there, I could have just popped up and shot him, and nobody probably would have known any different. I would have, though. Well, never did hear any other turkeys. It's about 2:30 p.m. I'm back on this trail here, headed back up towards the car. Like I said earlier, I gotta get my little girl later this afternoon and have her tonight. And tomorrow morning, after I take her to school, I think I'm gonna revisit that spot where I was on those two birds the first Thursday and Friday and Saturday of season. Let's see if maybe they're still there. And then Wednesday morning, that's the next morning that I can get out early. I think I'm going to go back to this spot I was at this morning, Wednesday morning. I'm going to get back there good and early and set up a little bit closer to that field. We'll stay in the woods, obviously, but I think I'm going to set up a little closer to that field At some point, one of those gobblers is going to step into the woods. I mean, it will happen at some point. There's scratchings all over that wooded area there. So I know they're coming in there and scratching around, pecking around. So another close call. I've had a few close calls this year, but it's been a fun morning. Started off a little rough weather-wise, but all in all ended up being a good hunt. Heard a couple gobble this morning. Saw one. Had a close encounter with him. Just couldn't get him in the woods with me. That's going to be the trick for that particular bird there. He likes to be in that field, and I don't know. We'll figure out a way to convince him to come in the woods. At some point, he will. So we still got till Sunday night, and it's just now Monday afternoon, so still got plenty of time. All these hours, all these miles putting in, it all changes in 30 seconds. I need to find that 30-second window. I'll tell you what, you have easy seasons and you have hard seasons. As a turkey hunter, this has been a hard season so far. I don't think the last season that I can remember that was like this was 2021. It was just like this. But then on May 8th of that year, I shot my best bird to date. Late season, just like it is now. You know, it can change very quickly. You just got to be out there and out there and doing it, or else it won't happen. So we're just going to keep on moving.